Now I'm gonna run the command docker system prone. So this command will give you a warning telling like this will remove all the stopped containers, all networks which are not used by at least one containers, all the dangling images. So dangling images are the one which are not yet associated with any of the containers, and all the build cache. So if you give yes, so okay, as of now I don't have any stopped container, I don't have a dangling images and all, so it is 0. So let's say if you have any dangling image or any containers and all, it will delete those. Now I'm gonna list docker images. So as of now I just have Ubuntu and hello world image. Now I want to pull one more image. Let me pull a CentOS image. Docker pull CentOS. So these images, first they will check inside our local machine, local setup. If it's not there, then it is going to the Docker hub and fetching it. Now if I run Docker images, I get 3 images. Similarly for Docker PS, my Ubuntu is up and running, the Ubuntu container is up and running, so this is the reason I'm getting Ubuntu container as only one container, that is Ubuntu. As of now I have not created a container out of CentOS. Docker PS -a will give all the active and non-active container details. So I'll go back to my slide, and these two are the useful links. So first one is to install Docker from the binaries. If you go to this documentation page of Docker, you get to see various Docker installation in various platforms such as Linux, Mac, Windows and all. The second one is your step-by-step installation of Docker on AWS instance, which we are going through as of now, but if you want to know more details you can refer this link. The next slide is Docker images. So Docker image is a file comprised of multiple layers used to execute code in a Docker container. So we already know how do we run a Docker image, how do we pull a Docker image, how do we list Docker images. Dangling image explanation, I have already explained to you that it is an image which associated with the containers. And one more thing is, if you want, let's say if you feel like you forgot the command and you're facing some difficulty with the image command or any of the Docker command, so the best way is you can type docker images -help. So this will give all the possible flags. So if you type docker images -a, this will give all the image list of images. -f will add up the filters. -q will just give you the IDs of your image. Okay, hope you people are clear. Now let me go to the next slide, which is Docker container. So Docker container is nothing but a runtime instance of a Docker image. So if we want to list out the Docker containers, we give the command docker ps. If you want to run a Docker container or create a container out of that image, we give docker run and the image name. When we want to start a container, we give the command docker start container name. And if you want to stop it, we give docker stop container name. So let me just create a container out of CentOS machine. So for that I'll run a command called as docker run CentOS. Okay, now if you go to docker ps -a will list out active and inactive one. So you can see my CentOS container also. But if I want to go inside my container, I have a flag called as -it, which is an interactive session of your container. Before that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the image details regarding this particular instance, which is Amazon Linux AMI, the version number 2018.13. All these details are here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside my CentOS container. So for that I have to run a command called as docker run -it is the interactive session for CentOS. So now you can see you get this unique ID, okay, and type ls. So this is your CentOS operating system. You can just check it by giving this command. So now you can see I'm inside a CentOS machine, okay, and you can perform all the activities, CentOS related activities inside the container. You can launch up an application also. Now let's say I want to pause my container. So I'm gonna open a duplicate session and I'm gonna type docker for CentOS. No such container. Let me just type docker ps. So inside docker ps I have this, better to give the container ID because it is preferred to give the container ID. Now if you come here and try to type anything, it won't take it up because you have paused your container. I'll go back to the duplicate session and now I'll unpause it. So the moment you unpause it, you can see whatever letters I have typed at the time of its pausing. Those it'll be taking those commands also. So this is how you pause and unpause your container. If you want to kill your container, you can run a command docker kill the container ID or the name, but ID is preferred. A docker rm is to remove the container, and then docker history image name. Let me just go to docker history CentOS. This will give all the history related to this particular image.